Would you believe me if I said that I was an unstoppable, limit breaking superhero that protected the world from masked and unmasked villains? Of course not. But why? Why is it that we only view the world through the lens of our physical reality? Just like you, when I was a kid, I used to believe and dream that I could be anything that I wanted to be. I could do anything that I wanted to do. As a matter of fact, to this day, I still believe that. I still believe that I can be anything that I want to be. I can do anything that I want to do, whether that's to be a musician, whether that's to be a doctor or a lawyer or a psychologist, or if that's to be Iron Man, or if that's to be a Jedi Knight, right? Or if that's to be a solid planted tree. If that's what I wanted to be, if that's what I want to be right now, that's what I'm going to do. That's what my imagination can do for you as well. I truly believe there is value and power in the human ability to imagine. Creativity and imagination are healthy and useful tools to have in all stages of life. So I'm going to tell you guys a story about when I was a kid and my imagination and things like that. So when I was a kid, of course, I wanted to be a superhero, but I wasn't into the same type of superheroes that all my friends were into. I was into a show specifically called Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z, are you guys familiar with Dragon Ball Z?
Yes.
Cool. So Dragon Ball Z is a Japanese anime, which is basically like a cartoon that has a lot of fighting in it and things like that. I was totally hooked on the show, and the main character, his name was Goku, and Goku is a Saiyan. So a Saiyan is actually a race known in the universe to be the most aggressive, and they're also incredibly powerful. Like, they can be known to be the most powerful in the entire universe. They're also capable of really cool transformations. They have a cool tail that if a full moon is out, they transform into this massive ape, like, and can destroy planets and all that type of stuff. They're also capable of of abilities like shooting blasts from their hands and all that type of stuff. That sounds kind of cool, right? Yeah, it sounds pretty cool. So another thing to emphasize about how cool Saiyans are is they truly stand for what they believe in. They don't let anything stop them. They don't just give up. They look at the face of their enemy and say, I'm going to conquer you. And so that was a huge thing that Goku stood for. And they are also very successful in pretty much everything that they do. They never fail because they're incredibly strong, and they always are looking for ways to become stronger. So who says that I can't still imagine that I want to be a Saiyan? Who says that I can't, to this day, imagine myself holding the values and therefore becoming a Saiyan in a way? As a matter of fact, who says that I'm not a Saiyan right now? Right? So even though my childhood imagination was pretty wild, it's obviously pretty crazy, it did not lack determination, and my unrestricted mind as a child is still actually working in my favor today in ways that I'm still discovering and seeing the fruits in today. So studies actually show that engaging in a childlike imagination can benefit you in a lot of practical ways. And the first one being increased creativity, which is beneficial in any environment, especially in the workplace. A lot of people search and want to hire people according to their innovative skills and how can you contribute creatively, to this mission that we have. Dr. Carlson, a person from the Ideas to Go website, has a study, and it says this: practice in pretending helps you come up with alternative ways of being and of seeing an issue, and results in more creativity and better problem solving. So as you practice in pretending, as Dr. Carlson says, it can increase your capacity to think beyond what is right in front of you, therefore unlocking so many different alternative ways to solve problems and things like that. Another thing is optimism. You become more optimistic the more imaginative you become, more creative you are open and receptive to all walks of life and beliefs and all that type of stuff. Lastly, creativity, imagination can lead to freedom and just fun. Like, that's a really practical thing that imagination can help you engage in as an adult. So I'm going to show you guys how these imagination-based benefits connect to my current reality. And the first is the values that I mentioned from Saiyans earlier, like about Goku and what he stood for. Those are things that I still stand for to this day. If it wasn't for my imagination as a child and really looking up to Goku and Saiyans in that way, I probably wouldn't have the values that I have today about being determined, about never giving up, and things like that. A personal benefit that I see every single day of my life is that my imagination has released me to just be me, to be myself, and to be myself unapologetically. It's definitely released me to be more expressive and to be less stressed. I definitely find myself having a lot more fun and finding fun and joy in the toughest of times. So to emphasize this point, I'm going to show you guys a cool video of Goku performing one of his special moves. And then afterwards, I'm going to get one of you all to volunteer to do this special move with me. So here we go. Let's see what Goku's got. It's a lot of intensity there. Y'all see that? Mm-hmm. All that force. Mm-hmm. Here we go. Bam. Isn't that beautiful?
So beautiful.
So freeing, right? Mm-hmm. That's just liberating. So I'm going to ask this young lady to come up here, and we're going to do a Kamehameha together.
I'm kind of nervous.
Are you ready?
Yeah, let's
Come on, it's about to go down. Okay. Right. So here's your formation. Ready?
Okay.
Ready? As loud as you can. He was loud.
He was loud.
Strong. Okay. Kamehameha. Thank you so much. That was awesome. That was great. But you see how fun and expressive that was?
That was
like
fun.
That is something imagining. Basically, we just destroyed a planet. I just want you to know that you probably just destroyed somebody's planet somewhere. But that's just the power of imagination. It's fun. It's expressive. It's something that releases you to be yourself, and it can help you when you're feeling stressed and all that type of stuff. Another quote from Ideas to Go says this: creativity isn't about ignoring facts. Fact-finding and research are critical elements in being creative, but so is imagination. To get to innovative ideas and solutions, we have to constantly toggle between analysis and synthesis, or between reality and possibility. I love the wording of this quote because it really shows the differences between the real world and then the dream world. And it shows that my goal is not to encourage you guys to just live in a dream world, to ignore the practical sides of life, but it's actually to encourage you through imagination to enjoy life. Like engaging with your imagination can encourage you to definitely have more pleasure and things like that in life. It also can encourage you to witness how an active imagination can advance your practical reality as well. So with all that being said, let's just re-emphasize a main theme that I have for you guys, which is your imagination was valuable as a child and is still valuable as an adult. What you should do is engage it, embrace it, and watch it grow. And it'll grow in ways that you didn't even expect. It'll grow in your personal life and in your professional life. Pablo Picasso said, every child is an artist. The problem is how to remain an artist once we grow up. Mm-hmm. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank you.